What up, guys? This is my third take. I just keep rambling about so many things that the video ends up being like 20 minutes long. I don't think people want to sit here and watch me talk for 20 minutes. So I'm going to try to whip up what I want to say as quickly as possible and still cover what I want to cover. Because here's the scoop. Troy Henry of YouTube asked me if he thinks that he should buy an SB 4000. And I've just been racking my brain trying to think of reasons why he should or shouldn't. I'm not sure. It's really up to him. I'm not the one buying it. You could always buy it, listen to it, and then send it back. They have that 45-day guarantee, which is cool. But of course, it's such a pain in the ass to rebox something. Oh my god. I don't even want to think about it. I don't even want to think about like the way that I had to get that out of the box, and then oh man, it's just a nightmare. But let's quickly get through this. It's going in a quite small room that measures 14 by 13 by 9. That could be an issue. You might not hear a lot of the really low end. It might pass you by, depending on your room acoustics. I'm not sure where you live, dude. It depends. If you have like a wood room, if your house is made of wood, then I'm assuming that the sub will kick some ass. Okay, in Florida, it's tricky. You can have 2 subs in your room, and then a lot of the frequencies your room just isn't going to pick up. Based on, I bet you if I stuck my sub in the attic, well, first of all, it'd probably fall through the ceiling. But if it didn't, I'm sure I'd hear some serious low end, because it would finally somehow get to me. Because the lower the frequency, the longer the wave. So basically, I get hit with like a lot of 40 to 30 frequency ranges where I am on my bed. So certain notes sound so loud and good, but then I know I hear some serious lowness going on because my wall's moving. The wall. If I put my head on the wall, it'll move, and then my window starts rattling, but I don't hear anything. So I'm gonna wrap this up as quickly as I possibly can. Is that when I first got to Florida, I went to this place, and I'm not sure if it was Audio Advisors or not. I went into this room, which was built inside of another room, and it was specifically meant for home theater. And they said the room cost $15,000, and I was like, whoa. $15,000 for a room, you're insane. But turns out it's the best thing I ever heard in my life, and I'm talking about the best. As far as theater experience goes, I've heard audio sound better at places, but I did hear a Mark Levinson amp hooked to some Genesis speakers back in the day, which I don't even think they're made anymore, but oh my god, talk about just ridiculous, the clear, the crisp, just so good. Now I don't know if I can compare it to stuff nowadays. It'd be impossible. But I'd like to try, but I'm not going to. But anyway, so the room that I went into was basically like almost like a suspended room. You go in, you shut the door, it is dead silent. They put on some, back then the top of the line sound system was like an amp, some DSP, a projector. By today's standards, what was in there is junk. I'm dead serious. It is junk. No one would even want it for $20. No one would want it. Because it's a lexicon processor, actually, now that I think about it. I looked on eBay for it thinking, oh my god, that thing was so expensive at that time. And so I'm watching the movie Daylight with Sylvester Stallone, and I'm sitting in the seat, the theater-like seat, and they're just walking through the tunnel talking. And guys, I'm telling you right now, there's 2 THX subwoofers in that room. I don't know if they had them both over there. I know there's definitely one over there, and I don't know if they split them. I can't remember. I think there may have been like they either they were next to each other or one on top of each other. It didn't matter. The room's acoustics were so good that these subwoofers blew away anything I've ever heard in my life as far as quality. And they weren't that great. That's my point. If you took what's in my room or other people's rooms on YouTube, if you took some guy's got like 2 SVS 16s and 2 Fathoms or something, I don't even know. He's got 4 subs sitting here, right? And he's playing music. That's in this room, that's a waste of money. You're literally throwing money in the garbage, because what I heard in this video was, what I heard in this room was so good, you would not even want more, because not only could you feel the bass, you could hear every low note. It was disgusting. It was just like, I want this right now. It's something that you just never forget. You never forget. It was that good. I never forgot it in my whole life. I've forgotten other incidents in my life. They're long erased. But once I heard Daylight in this room, a movie that I can't even remember anything about the sound quality of it, honestly. But in this room, that movie had some flippin' ridiculous bass going on. I just don't understand it. If I heard Mad Max in that room right now, you'd probably have an aneurysm. I don't even know. But that's really my point, is that it's really about your room guy, Troy Henry of YouTube. I don't know what your real name is or whatever, but I can't say whether or not one SB4000 is going to be better than 2 Klipsch's. The R112 or 112 SW, whatever you want to call it, those are 12-inch subs, and you're basically replacing 2 12-inch subs with one 13.5. It doesn't really equal out the air. You're pushing less air, but you are pushing more watts. So the woofer is going to hit harder and possibly hit lower, but you're gonna have to push it probably harder than maybe I would, because I have a 10 also, and that's ported. So you just have to think about these things. If I were you, I would think about getting 2 either SB2000s or 2 PB2000s. It depends. It depends what you like. Do you like the sealed sound, or do you like the ported sound? I don't know. I just don't know. I'm not in your room. I'm not looking at your room. I have no idea. You can give me the dimensions of your room and it just flies right over my head. I'm not a measuring kind of guy. I have no idea how large my room is. I have no idea. Partially because I lost... I had a measuring thing that opens and opens and opens, and lost it. Measuring tape. Who knows where it is. You may want to try a PC 2000, which is the cylinders that stand up, if your room is small. I think you might even get some serious low ends from those, and because the way that they're made is they're specifically meant for smaller rooms. Even I was debating it. I almost debated buying one, to be honest, because of the way my room is set up. I was thinking, well, maybe I'll hear the lows that I'm not hearing now. But I just think it's the quality of the room for me. I even put up bass traps. I put sound dampening material everywhere, and that helped. Trust me, that helped a lot. Now the bass isn't flying all over the room, canceling itself out, and all my highs sound excellent. I've made $50 speakers sound like frickin' $300 speakers. Even with the Odyssey app as well, it will analyze your room acoustics, and if they're good enough, it will pretty much, is what it does is it matches the left, the center, the right, and the surrounds and the heights, all with the same EQ. Is what it really does. Is not many people talk about this. Is what it really tries to do is make them all sound like they're the same speaker. So if you have insanely expensive speakers, you may not even want to use the app to, I don't know why I'm calling it an app. You may not want to use the Odyssey room corrector. You may not want to. And some people Some people swear by the room correctors. Some people don't like them. See, now me with so many mixed types of speakers, it's a godsend. It works great. It makes these KLH $50 speakers sound insane. The clarity that comes out of them is unreal. I never heard them sound so clear in their entire life. Now I could improve them, but there's just no need to, because they're going to be just height speakers. That's it. So for height speakers, they're excellent. So I'm taking my acoustic research speakers, I'm going to put those in the back. Get rid of these Wharfdales, they're garbage. And then the Shane audio is going to be the left and rights. So that's what I'm doing. But to fully answer the question once again is, I don't think one. Oh, okay. These are what's on sale. Sorry, the NSD series is on sale. So this is what I would do, dude. Go on SVS. The PB12 NSD, which is 800 watt peak, 400 watts RMS. Or like you said, maybe you want the sealed version. I don't know. You're saying like you want to buy the SB4000. Okay. They have an SB12 NSD. I believe it doesn't come in piano black or anything. I think it's just what I didn't get a piano black either. That's an extra money. That's a waste. Throwing $100 out the window because it's just for looks. So you have an SB12 NSD for $400 right now, guys. It's ridiculous. That is a sealed 12-inch SVS sub. You'd be better off getting 3 of those. I mean, I could guarantee it. There's no way. There's no way that the one I have is going to move as much air as 3 SB12s. And you're at $1,200 for 3 of these. Now, I'm not saying do it, but if you imagine having 4 12s in your room, dude, because I've seen people do it. It's crazy. But you could get 2. 2 SB12s is going to push more air and is better quality than those clips. But the NSDs are louder, and when you're pushing only 400 watts of RMS, but that's the way the woofer's made. It still goes crazy. Trust me, it still handles crap load of shit. My 10 plays the exact same material as my 13.5. It probably has more distortion that I don't know about. Maybe, I don't know. It still kicks. It's fine. I just wanted to test this new 13.5 out, and I made the mistake of thinking that the SVS digital application system in their woofer was going to make a difference, when in fact in my room, since I have the expensive brands, it's pretty much useless. The Odyssey app does all of it for me. It even does something to the sub. So all the little app features on the SVS I don't use. So essentially I did waste money, and if I want to be honest with myself, I could have gotten 4 12s and literally been blown away. I really could have. I still probably could return it if I really want to. I just don't really want to. I love the woofer. I love the quality, but there's better to be had for the money. You just have to be willing to either put something together yourself, like the Dayton Audio 15s. You could do that, or there is other brands that aren't bad. It's just you're sacrificing something somewhere. You're always sacrificing something. You're sacrificing money for the SB4000. You're sacrificing just money and overall. The quality is 100%. There's no doubt about it. But can you get the same amount of bass with cheaper stuff? Yes, you totally. Like I said, the SB12 is only $400. That's basically the upgrade to my 10, and my 10 rattles this room at 50% volume. And my room is, I think, bigger than this Troy dude's. I just can't measure it. I can't. I just. But it's a big room. This is the master bedroom. So you just got to think, you know, do you want quality or do you want quantity? Because I myself am torn between the two. So that's all I have to say on the subject, really. I don't have an answer. Although it's like apples and oranges. Like you have clips down here, and then you have the SB12 banging heads with it. But I would put the SVS maybe like right here. So clips, SVS, and then you have the God. You have the SB4000 up here. However, you're only buying one. You're only going to be able to buy one. You can't buy two. So you could buy two SB12s for $800. And I don't know. That's very tempting. Very tempting to have two SVS12s. Very tempting. So it's up to you guys. I hope I've answered your questions as best as I can. It's really not an easy thing to answer just like as a yes or a no. It just isn't. Sorry. Do some research. Do some research into room acoustics, really, because like I said, I have two subs. One's a 13.5, one's a 10, and I know that there's bass that's blowing by me. It's going into places. It's going out the windows. I mean, I'd love to board up my windows, honestly. Can't even really open this one anyway. It's broke. But it's just the construction of like most Florida homes. They're not wood because of termites. So I literally would almost have to build a room inside of a room in order to get the quality that I want. It's probably not going to happen in my lifetime. So it is what it is. Sweet. That's all I got to say, guys. And thanks, Troy, for writing on my site. Later.